Hey everyone, my name is Brain, and welcome to my channel, Learn English with Me. Today I want to share a personal story that highlights an important lesson about balancing your goals with enjoying life. If your goal is to speak English fluently, you might find yourself frustrated at times, struggling to find the right words or feeling overwhelmed when trying to organize your thoughts. Trust me, I've been there. But today I'll be sharing 11 powerful techniques that will help you master English fluency. So, are you ready? Let's jump right in. The very first technique I want you to follow is writing in English daily. I say this all the time to my students. If you're watching this video or listening to it on the podcast, you'll see behind me there are tons of journals and notebooks. Why? Because I write regularly and I understand the importance of writing daily. When you start writing in English every day, many things are going to happen. Here's a breakdown. You need to keep a journal or a diary in English because it will help you organize your thoughts and apply new vocabulary. You're constantly learning new things. If you watch the lesson from last week where I taught you 7 new English expressions, you could have written those expressions down in your notebook. So get a journal or buy one and start writing in it daily. Why is this so beneficial? This practice of writing in an English journal every day aids in internalizing grammatical structures and expressions, making them more accessible for speaking. Now, you know I don't teach grammar in my channel or my academy. That's something you've heard me say over and over again. Even though I don't have grammar lessons, my students still improve their grammar. Why? Because they follow techniques like this one. When you're writing regularly, you'll start editing yourself. You might think, wait a minute, this doesn't look like what I read yesterday. You'll start correcting yourself, which will help you improve your grammar and use words naturally. Later on, when you go to speak, you'll remember what you wrote. So again, technique number 1, write in English daily. Technique number 2 is speech shadowing. I want you to repeat after me at the same pace. Hey, you look amazing today. Good. One more time. Hey, you look amazing today. Speech shadowing is all about not just repeating the words, but also matching the pace and inflections. This will help you improve your accent, intonation, and fluency by training your ears and speech muscles simultaneously. This is why this technique is so important and powerful. So again, technique number 2, speech shadowing, mimicking someone else. Technique number 3 involves watching TED Talks and educational lectures. We're living in a time where information is available for free. You can go on YouTube and access tons of videos, including TED Talks and educational lectures. Why should you watch TED Talks? Because they expose you to complex ideas and specialized vocabulary. Remember, your goal is to improve your English fluency, and to do that, you need to expand your vocabulary. This technique will improve your comprehension of advanced topics and help you acquire academic or professional language skills. If you're trying to get to the next level, you need to watch and listen to people who are already there. So again, technique number 3, TED Talks and educational lectures. Technique number 4 is creative writing in English. Now remember, the first technique was about writing in a daily journal in English. Technique number 4 is a little bit different. It's creative writing in English. Let me explain. Engaging in creative writing activities like crafting stories, poems, or blogs in English can be incredibly beneficial. Writing about your daily life in your journal is great, but creative writing allows you to use your imagination, coming up with interesting stories or teaching others through a blog or a poem. This technique will stretch your brain in a different way. Instead of just documenting your day, you're generating ideas and situations in English. Once again, this technique will help you master English fluency. Here's another benefit. It encourages innovative use of language and deeper engagement with linguistic structures, enhancing your expressive capabilities. It will help you express yourself more effectively as you force your mind to pull from everything you've learned to create something interesting. This technique will elevate your English to the next level. Technique number 5 is listening to English audiobooks. Audiobooks are powerful. I have audiobooks on my phone, and it's very convenient to listen to one while I'm working, cooking, or exercising. You have access to audiobooks, so incorporate them into your routine. Listening to an English audiobook allows you to hear complex narratives and dialogues. You're hearing a native English speaker who is not speaking slowly, but at a regular pace about complex topics. This gives your brain the chance to process the information. As you listen to audiobooks, your brain learns to process information, and you'll also be able to regurgitate and use the same patterns when you speak English. Again, listening to English audiobooks sharpens your listening skills and introduces you to diverse literary vocabularies and storytelling techniques. You'll become a better storyteller and have a more expansive vocabulary. This is why this technique is so important. Technique number 6 is joining book clubs and discussion groups. You want to become part of or join book clubs or discussion groups to practice what you're learning. Participating in English-speaking book clubs offers you a chance to explore literature and express your opinions. To speak English fluently, you must articulate your ideas, opinions, and thoughts, and joining a book club can help you do this. Discussing books can enhance your vocabulary, comprehension, and ability to formulate and express complex ideas clearly. We're talking about helping you master English fluency. It's not just about reading a book. You need to utilize different techniques to reach your goals. So again, technique number 6, book clubs and discussion groups. Technique number 7 is to subscribe to English newsletters. Reading newsletters from reputable sources in English keeps you updated with current events and exposes you to formal written English. This is so powerful. We live in a time where many resources are available for free. You can sign up for an English newsletter aimed at native speakers, not just about learning English, but literally about current events, all written in English. Find an English newsletter, sign up for it totally for free, and have daily emails sent to you where you read about current events in English. This technique enhances your reading comprehension and familiarizes you with the tone and style of professional and journalistic writing. To master English fluency, you need to read and write more. So again, technique number 7, subscribe to English newsletters. Sure, here's your text with punctuation added. Number 8, mind mapping in English. Once again, mind mapping in English. Now, this is all about using mind maps to organize your thoughts or plan projects in English. I love this technique. This is how I think. This is how I've always thought. Again, this refers to organizing your thoughts before speaking. This refers to having supporting pieces of information for your idea and then speaking. I remember when I was in high school. We did it in college as well, but we did it more in high school. We'd have on a piece of paper a diagram with circles. In the middle would be your main point, and on the outside of that bigger circle would be smaller circles with supporting points, reasons, and examples to support your idea. This is a mind map, making sure you have a main idea and then connecting points that support that main idea. Creating mind maps is important. Here's the benefit. It's a visual and organizational tool. This tool not only aids in planning, but also in thinking and brainstorming directly in English, promoting fluency in thought processes. Get a piece of paper, get a notebook, and write out your thoughts. Then create visuals, circles, squares, rectangles, to organize your thoughts. Mind mapping. Game changer. I love this technique. Technique number 9, practicing with karaoke in English. I almost paused. I was like, wait a minute, we're going to sing. Practicing with karaoke in English. Let me explain. Singing along to English songs using karaoke videos or apps improves pronunciation and rhythm. When you sing a song you enjoy, you're actually improving your pronunciation and following the rhythm. It's a relaxed way of studying English. Here's the benefit. This technique engages listening skills and mimicry in a fun, musical context, enhancing your ability to hear and reproduce sounds accurately. This is a fun way to master English fluency. All right, technique number 10. Here we go. Creating English content. Woo boy. All right, creating English content. Here we go. Start a blog, YouTube channel, or podcast in English about your hobbies, your studies, or daily life. I'm going to pause. You start a YouTube channel, you start a blog, you start a podcast about something you're interested in. I have had students in my academy who have done this exact thing. Started YouTube channels about makeup, started YouTube channels about their travels, started YouTube channels about their English journey. And what happens when you do this? Your English will start to improve even faster. I know it can be a little bit nerve-wracking. You might feel a little nervous and unsure. But trust me, this technique, you're talking about improving and mastering English fluency and doing it faster. Here's the benefit. It develops writing or speaking skills while connecting with a broader audience and encouraging regular language use. I've got to post a video next week, so I need to prepare. I need to mind map before I record my YouTube video. This technique, creating English content, connects other techniques as well. Start doing it, I'm telling you. And technique number 11, here we go. Number 11, exploring English literature. Reading classic and contemporary English literature to gain exposure to rich language, storytelling techniques, and cultural insights. This is a way, again, for you to enjoy the process of learning English, to expand your vocabulary, and to enhance your skills as it relates to expressing your ideas. The benefit? This builds a deeper understanding of language nuances, historical context, and various literary styles and genres. You're going to expand your horizons. This is what it's all about as you try to master English fluency. Remember to put these techniques into practice. I hope you enjoy the lesson, and I'll talk to you next time. Are you still there? You know what time it is? It's story time. Hey, I said it's story time. All right, so I had another story prepared for you, but right at the end of this lesson, I mentioned the technique related to karaoke. So I want to switch the story I was going to tell you and tell you this one. This also happened when I was in South Korea. I spent almost 10 years in South Korea. During that time, I taught thousands of students, learned how to speak Korean, and also got my master's degree in Oriental painting. Now, working and studying in another language is no easy feat. Doing these things simultaneously, oh my goodness, it will stretch you. You'll realize how much you are capable of. So I was in this situation, working full-time and studying for my master's degree. It was a very challenging season, a very difficult season of my life. I lived with one of my friends. Her name is Sophia. Sure. Here's your text with punctuation added. If you see this, hey girl. We're still very close now, and Janelli was my roommate. We had another friend, and we were all good friends. We worked together, and one evening, Janelli and this other friend said, Hey Tiff, we want to go to karaoke. Let's go to the Noraebang. Noraebang in Korean, right? The singing room. I said, I can't go because I need to study. They said, No, come on, Tiff, you can come. Let's go, let's go. We're going to sing and have a good time. You need to take a break. I said, No, I have to focus on my studies. And they said, Tiff, come on. I could see by the look on their faces that I needed to take a break. So I thought, you know what? Let me just take a break tonight, hang out with my friends, and not worry about this. Let me tell you, we had the most fun singing our hearts out at that singing room, at that Noraebang, the karaoke place. It was so much fun. It was on a Saturday night, and they invited a few other friends. We just sang and sang. We were sweating. We were dancing, singing. It was so much fun. Fast forward now, again, that was many years ago. I still talk about that to this day. When I'm on the phone talking to Janelli, I say, Girl, I'll never forget that night because it was a moment when I wanted to be studying, but my friend realized I needed to take a break, relax, and just enjoy life for a moment. And we had a ball. So I want to encourage you, as you're on this English journey, if there's a moment when you need to take a break, if there's a moment when your family or friends are like, hey, we want to spend time with you, don't miss out on those times to share with your family or friends. Spending quality time together is important because you'll remember those times and you'll still achieve your goals. I still graduated even though I went to that karaoke that night. I hope you enjoyed this story and I'll talk to you next time.